My name is Ed Decker, and I'm the founding artistic director at the new Conservatory Theater Center in San Francisco. My experience in the Central Valley has been astonishing and remarkable. And I've actually found the work that I've been doing with the folks, community leaders in Fresno, to be very welcoming and very progressive. And I've learned a lot about how folks in these communities actually work together and make extraordinary things happen. I believe that the Tectonic Theater Project had in mind to revisit Laramie, Wyoming, to follow up on what they had learned immediately following Matthew's murder. I think my understanding is that they were very interested in seeing what kind of progress had been made or not during the decade since Matthew's murder. It's about real people and a real time and unfortunately a real event. So it's about truth, and sometimes the truth is very hard to reckon with. And this story is particularly difficult because there's no reason that this young man should have lost his life that night. There was no reason that violence should have been perpetrated against him. The truth in the play is that we all deserve, regardless of our sexual orientation, to feel safe in our communities and not to be afraid of who we are. And it struck me, although I never knew Matthew, based on what I know of him, that he was a young man who was not afraid to be who he was. This story is very important for young people to see, especially as we continue to fight for our rights as a community. Going back to the issue of being able to be safe and open in your community is a very important thing. Youth and the younger members of our community have an awesome responsibility to continue carrying the legacy forward, to promote equality, to promote diversity and inclusivity. And I think it's important to see this play as a tool to sort of remember of what should not occur if we are to make a world that allows us to live together in greater harmony. And I think that the youth and young adults have the power to continue to make change. I think the reaction in Fresno will be very similar to the reaction in San Francisco, because essentially it's a story about humanity. It's a story about feeling safe in your own community. It's a story about courage. It's a story about young people as well as the other people in their lives feeling safe in their communities. It's a story that has a great deal of sadness, but it's also a story that has a great deal of hope. So I say that reactions will probably be similar because I think the play connects on a lot of universal levels. Well, I thank My Lgbt Plus for the force that you are in this community and leading the way for other young people in the Fresno and Central Valley area. I also want to give a shout out to young actors and artists everywhere. You are making a great difference by sharing your talents and bearing your souls on stages across this country. And I also would like to thank the incredible community leaders down here in Fresno that I've had the pleasure to work with. You are an inspiration. I'm Ed Decker, safe and supportive from San Francisco of the Central Valley.